telling stories, not really caring about catching fish, just drinking beer and having fun. While this is true sometimes, this is a broad stereotype. It doesn't fit most types of fishing. So there are many types of fishing, ranging from bass fishing to fly fishing, spear fishing, and many more. Today I want to talk to you guys about deep sea fishing off the coast of California. This is my expertise, and today I'm going to go through the gear used and the targeted species off the coast of California. Okay, so when you guys think of a fisherman, you probably think of someone like this. Or maybe even this. By the end of the speech, you'll think of a fisherman as someone like this. Or maybe even this handsome guy. Okay, so a little background on me. I pretty much grew up fishing my whole life. I really got into my junior year and just like took off from there. I got super into bass fishing. That's a bass right there. And then also into my brother moved up to Montana, so I got super into fly fishing. And then most importantly, I got into deep sea fishing. And then senior year, I brought my resume down to the docks in Dana Point and talked to like 10 different captains, and I got a job on the Sun Pond, which is that boat. And I was a deckhand over the summer. I worked like 6 days a week, sometimes 7. Pretty much whenever it was running, I worked. So it was like really fun, and I learned a lot over the summer, and today I want to share some of that knowledge with you guys. Okay, so the gear used. One of the main components is the actual fishing pole. There are many different things that affect the performance, some of which include the length, action, and power. For the length, the longer the rod, the easier it is to cast, but the shorter the rod, the easier it is to fight the fish. So if you're fighting a big fish, you usually want a shorter rod. Length of rods while deep sea fishing range usually from around 5.5 feet to 10 feet. The action of the rod describes how much the Along with this, the action of the rod describes how much the rod bends when you put pressure on the tip. For deep sea fishing, the action of the rod, you usually want it between extra fast and moderately fast, because this varies based on what type of lure you're fishing with. If you're fishing with a heavier lure, you want to use the anywhere from like extra fast to fast. If you're fly fishing, you want to use slow, just because it's a lighter lure, like a little fly. It's easier to cast if you have a softer tip. And then, along with this, the power of the rod is the strength of the rod, and pretty much like the lifting power it has. Power ratings are described as heavy, medium heavy, around that. And the way it works is the heavier fish you're targeting, the more power you want. So, yeah. And some manufacturers of fishing rods that I really like are Calstar and Seeker. And the next main component is the reel. Three main types of reels that we use are spinning reels, bait casting reels, and conventional reels. For us fishermen on the West Coast, we usually prefer the conventional reel. But as a beginner, I probably prefer the spinning reel, just because it's easier to use. As you progress, you probably would want to go to the conventional reel. It's much more versatile. There's a lot more settings and features that you can do, and you can pretty much customize it to what you want to do. And according to Christopher Collins, in his article about reels, the conventional reel has a lot less moving parts, so it has less of a chance of failing. Some manufacturers that are great are Shimano, Accurate, and Daiwa. Those are my 3 favorites. Also, the line on the reel is just as important as the reel itself. And the bigger the targeted species, the heavier line you want. 3 types of line that I usually use are braided line, monofilament line, and fluorocarbon. Usually, braided line is used as a backing, as it is much more thinner than monofilament and fluorocarbon, so a lot more line can be put on the reel. For my reels, I put a backing of braided line and connect this to a couple hundred yards of monofilament, and at the very end, I put a couple feet of fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon is the most transparent, but it's also very expensive. So just putting a little at the end of your rod usually helps to catch more fish. To connect all these lines, there are many different knots that you can use, and everyone has their preference. Some of the knots that I use are the Tony Pena knot, the Palomar knot, and the San Diego knot. Next are the lures, but there are way too many lures to go through, so I'll just name some of my favorites. Some of them include surface iron, which is literally just a block of aluminum that you paint. And next one is cold snipers. I also like flat balls and poppers. I caught a lot of fish on popper this summer. They're usually like 12 inches, about that, and you kind of jerk it and it makes it pop. So yeah. But for beginners, I'd probably stick with live bait. Usually anchovies, sardine, or mackerel are the live bait that you use, and it's definitely your best shot at catching a fish. With the live bait comes hooks and different hook sizes. Some of the hooks that we use for live bait are J hooks and circle hooks. And according to Sandra Andraka in her article about circle hooks are proven to catch more fish and reduce the amount of lost fish. Using lures to catch fish is much harder. It takes a lot of skill in casting and knowing what to use and how to use it. Finally, after gathering the main components needed to fish, it is time to target some species. Targeted species while fishing on the west coast are yellowfin tuna, bluefin tuna, yellowtail, and dorado. Yellowfin, bluefin, and dorado usually travel into the waters off the coast of California around June or July, and they stick around till the end of September, sometimes in October. And with the yellowtail, you can pretty much catch them year-round, but it's much more common to catch them in summer. It's easier, there's more. The time these fish come does vary each year, and we never really know when they're going to come and when they're going to leave. An example of this is the bluefin this past summer. They didn't leave until the end of December, and then just like Monday, a long-range boat was coming back, and like right below the border they saw a school of bluefin, so they're already showing up in February, which is crazy. Alright, I know I could talk for hours and hours about my stories and experiences while fishing, but unfortunately I'm unable to. These are just the basic guidelines on gear to use in targeted species. So if any of you want to talk fishing or maybe even go fishing, I'm always down. In conclusion, fishing is all about effort and determination, and if you put in the time, you will be rewarded.